If you keep saying just one more YouTube video and then you'll work on your business, but before you know it, it's midnight, I've been there. I had to overcome this consumption behavior in med school to get my medical degree, and I've had to be ruthless with my time ever since while being a full-time doctor and trying to build my personal brand. These 5 changes finally gave me my evenings back. I remember with me, every night used to be the same. I'd get home from placement or lectures and sit down, eat some food, turn on YouTube, and I'd just stay there. Video after video, I was caught in a dopamine loop. And by the time the evening was gone, no work was done, no progress, no deep work, no studying or working on whatever project I was working on. Just guilt. But I remember at the time I had to beat this. I didn't have time. I needed to study in order to pass my exams. I face these same challenges right now when I feel tired and demotivated, and YouTube's just a click away. So in this video, I'm going to break down the 5 practical strategies I made to break my binge YouTube habit. And I did this without going cold turkey. And this is giving me the energy and time to actually build something meaningful. Number 1, I moved YouTube off my home screen. This one sounds basic, but it was actually so effective. I buried my YouTube app out of sight, about 3 screens deep. The goal for me wasn't to remove temptation completely, but was just to create enough resistance to make it hard for me to just click on. James Clear talks about this in his book, Atomic Habits. If you build up the resistance, it makes the addictive behavior less automatic. You have to put a little bit of effort into it, and by that time you're already thinking, you're already conscious, and that's enough to just say, actually, you know what, I'm not going to do that. And for me, this was really effective. Number 2, I turned my device grayscale. Color drives dopamine. The vibrant blues and reds and YouTube thumbnails are designed to suck you in. And it's been shown that if you watch YouTube on full color screen, your brain releases more dopamine than if you're watching it on a boring grayscale alternative. In this way, it makes it less appealing, less addictive. And even if you do watch a lot of videos, you're not going to have so much of a come down or a slump because less dopamine is being released. This one change broke the emotional grip that YouTube had on me. Number 3, I built a starter ritual that replaced my default. Most people lose their evenings to YouTube because they don't have a default replacement. They don't have an intention. And if you don't have an intention, you'll get sucked into being a consumer. So you've got to decide, what do you want to produce? What's your intention? I now have a very simple ritual when I get home from work. I change out of my scrubs, I fill a glass of water, I sit down, open my laptop, and put my work playlist on. And then I begin that one task I've already planned. This replaced my habit of opening YouTube with something equally as frictionless because it was so easy, so repeatable. And so I didn't have to rely on emotion or motivation. It was just muscle memory. Number 4, set a YouTube schedule. You don't have to quit YouTube. I didn't, but I did contain it. I gave myself a 20-minute window of when I could watch YouTube if I wanted to. And this usually would be when I'm eating food. I'd set a timer, I'd be eating food, and this was my cue. Okay, you have 20 minutes now. I found if I restricted something completely, like no YouTube at all, my brain would crave it even more. I would resist this big rule, I'd want to break it. But I found just by creating boundaries, I was able to contain it, improve my relationship with it, and I was able to actually enjoy YouTube again, get value out of it, but not let it consume me. And number 5, rewire the reward loop. The biggest thing I learned was you can't just remove a habit, you have to replace the reward it gives you. For me, binge watching YouTube was obviously an escape, something comfortable. So I made sure my alternative, deep work, creating, producing was also pleasurable for me. I tracked my progress daily, whether it was on a simple journal or a Notion template. I was able to tick off exactly whether I did it and how many hours or minutes I did on it. And this sense of progress gave me small dopamine hits. I used music that made me feel good and wanted to listen to, and I would link this with my deep work routine. So every time I wanted to listen to music, I had to be doing my work. And I found once I got into it, I didn't need the music anymore, but certainly at the start, I let myself play a few songs, and that was enough for me to want to start because I knew I wanted to listen to that music. And finally, I gave myself a reward afterwards. And this was very important because it reinforced the good work, the progress that I've done. And this could be something very simple like a hot shower, unwinding for the evening, watching an episode of Netflix, or seeing friends. These 3 things taught my brain that you can actually feel good while building something, while being a producer, and you can actually feel better because you don't just feel good in the short term, but as you build something, make progress, you're building your self-esteem, your confidence, and once you see these results, this behavior starts to be addictive. You don't need to quit YouTube, you just need to let it stop owning your time. Try even one of these changes tonight and tell me in the comments which one you're starting with. Let's take your evenings back one system at a time. As always, thank you for watching my video.